Picture the scene. 2007 Sydney. We're on the Hot Fuzz press tour. I'm flying because I got my first Empire cover back in the UK. Me, Matt Damon, Bruce Willis on the front. It's an action summer. Hot Fuzz is part of that action summer.
I remember the cover.
So exciting. I get to Australia, effing Gerard Butler's replaced me because of 3 effing 100. And I'm like, what the F? And he's all like, F off. And I said, F you.
So it's a big deal though now, isn't he?
Why do you think that happened? I mean, I wasn't with the magazine at the time, so I don't want to. I'm just going to absolve myself of
because
Yeah, what's your
Australia,
conscious?
who I thought was a friend of mine, Lady Oz, stabbed me in the back.
Is Australia Lady Oz? I always imagine it quite masculine.
Say again.
Oh, forget it. I'm just ruminating on a theory.
It's like it's a brassy bird.
Yeah.
Anyway, so tell whoever was in charge then that I don't like them.
Can I apologise on behalf of the magazine?
It wasn't your fault. You don't have to.
Yeah. Okay. We didn't want to upset Gerard Butler as well because he's a bit of a muscly kind of.
He went to university with my wife.
Really?
Oh, really?
He's an actor.
Yeah, he's an actor, but
He's doing it. He's shaving in an advert.
He has got a very smooth face.
he does.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, you bet. So I want to ask: Are you happy? Is there a sense of closure?
Do we seem fucking happy?
Especially not Simon.
No.
No, he seems very upset.
But there is, because I feel like we've completed something, or we feel like we've completed something. But it's not the end of our collaboration. We'll make more films together, but they won't have to necessarily fall into the same criteria that defines a so-called cornetto film. But yeah, it's nice. It's nice that we finished. We've finished what we set out to do. Didn't
I
we?
like to think if we can do 5 more films
Sure.
before one of us goes,
Okay.
that'd be good.
Well, we did 3 and 10, and I reckon
I
we've
think
got
that'd
probably
be a
got about
nice legacy then for the rest of our lives. And
8 films.
I think
I think we could do 9. I think we could do 9. 3 a year for the next.
Well, I was going to ask.
3 a year. We do 3 a year for the next 10 years.
See, that's pretty grueling. I was going to say, do you want to like let's say the Beverly Hills Cop films?
Sure.
Leave it a perfect 3, or go the Star Wars route, get the prequels in, so you could do like a chronotic.
But they were also a perfect 3.
They were a perfect 3. They were. Operative word.
Yeah. I think you've answered your own question there.
Maybe they'll average out to a pretty good 9
Right. Let's
with
hope
with
so.
JJ's new.
With Jage at the helm, who knows?
New.
Well, that actually brings me to, considering that I assume you're quite buddy with JJ. Potentially, there might be the chance for you guys to one day have your very own Star Wars action figures to play with. Does that prospect excite you at all?
I've still got a bag of them upstairs.
Really?
I was
Yeah.
Dengar in the Clone Wars, and so I've got a Dengar figure. So,
Right.
you know what? I personally, I'm not holding out for a role in Star. I'm part of Star Trek anyway, and also I don't feel like. I think JJ should cast unknowns. I think stunt casting. George Lucas never did any stunt casting with the first 3 films. All those actors were unknown, with the exception of a few sort of like venerable older actors to give the film gravitas. Alec Baldwin, Peter May, the great Alec Baldwin. Peter Stravinsky, those guys.
Also, I think as a planet, we need to be cutting down on our use of plastic. So making making a figure of me seems bonkers.
Well, you're either going to be upset about this or a little bit excited. But I actually mocked up some action figures, Star Wars action figures of you both.
You did?
It's going to go either very well for you or
He
very
strangled
badly.
a journalist in Birmingham once. Just letting you know.
I'm willing to take the risk.
I didn't strangle
So
him. I tried to strangle him.
There's the Nick Frost.
Oh,
There's the Simon Pegg.
I like where this is going.
So I just thought, in case you need to get in the mindset of a Star Wars film and sort of like,
Well, one of the great things about being
What outfit
working
is
in
that?
cinemas.
These are the Clone Wars ones, aren't
that's
they?
an Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's a.
They've got lovely bend. They've got lovely posable joints. We have got. I think there are already 5 action figures of us in existence. Anyway,
really?
just from Shaun of the Dead.
Right.
That's not including plushies from Ice Age and Doctor Who and various other stuff we've done.
Star Trek? Are there Star Trek?
Yeah, there are a number of Scotty action figures as well. So this is something we've already experienced. Not that we don't appreciate this lame ass
These are nice.
effort from you.
Did you buy these?
I bought the figures, and that was an afternoon of craft in the office.
How much did it cost you?
$30.
What a waste.
You liar! It was like
What a
30
waste
cents.
of money.
It
Did you
$30
put that through the books? Did you put that through Empire?
I will.
These are so much
Jesus
better than the
Christ.
ones that we used to get. They never had posable.
Yeah, they're a bit more. Yeah.
Aren't they?
Yeah.
Shows how far it's come on.
I didn't have time to mould the head casts before the interview today, so I just had to.
Let me
go
see yours. Yours is better because mine's like side on.
Yeah, well,
You should have stuck that on the side of his head.
It's the best I could do with my
Well,
limited resources.
We appreciate it.
I like
It's
it.
very good. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you.
I'm gonna stand him up next to me.
It was at least a good 20 minutes of work.
You did a
That
good
took you
job.
20 minutes.
Half an hour.
You've squandered an entire
Gee
interview
whiz.
with two of England's top comedic actors for this.
I think that's important. I guess I was wrong.
No one else did this.
No one
Yeah.
else did that.
Oh.
Exactly.
So,
So
No,
you
don't-
win.
no, that's disrespectful.
You
It's
win.
like I give
He
you
fell off. It
kudos.
wasn't my fault. Or did he didn't scream when he went down?
Oh, dear.
It's going to be controversial.
Yeah. So I was going to say, in terms of like the whole 8 film thing, you've also got the option of doing an Indiana Jones, waiting 20 years, tacking another one onto the end.
yeah, I mean, well, there's an idea Simon and I have that would only work, but when we're much older. So, it's just any good idea, unless it's something topical, is money in the bank.
Oh yeah.
It's never really been on our sort of priority list to make sequels either. We never really wanted to make a sequel to any of the films we've made, because I think you have to. If it's an ongoing story, then fair enough. Sequels become chapters in a greater story. But Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz are all complete stories, and they don't really need sequels.
Yes.
So maybe the next thing we do. This isn't answering any question you've asked me, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Maybe that will be part of a more traditional style trilogy, like this one is a thematic tonal
Yes.
trilogy.
Yeah.
The next one might be a narrative trilogy. Who knows?
Who knows? The sky's the limit.
The sky is the limit.
And actually talking about the film you have coming out, how much field research went into the actual pub crawl aspect of the film?
Well, a lifetime.
A lifetime.
You know, 'cause
rich
it-
experience.
It starts off when we're just 19 and culminates at 40. So yeah, but all of us look back into our past as sort of as little pub rats, and drew on various experiences that we had. Edgar particularly, I think, because he wrote a script when he was 19 called Crawl about 5 19-year-old boys on a mission out, and that formed in the prologue of this movie in the end, But in terms of boozing, we were working too hard to be boozing when we were making this movie.
Right. Edgar actually did tell me that the three of you did go on a pub crawl in his old hometown, and you guys
Yeah.
had to carry him home. So.
Yeah, it was horrible, and I kind of knew that would happen because he's a shitbag like that.
Right.
We did three, 4 pubs, and then that was that. He went down.
Right.
And it's
The
like
trouble is with
9 o'clock
Edgar-
in the evening. You think, well, you got us down here, and now it's 9, and we're having to carry you into bed. It's like, well,
Yeah.
what are we going to do? Because now we've upset a lot of locals,
Yeah.
so it's not like we can even go to another pub.
Yeah.
Edgar is a great director, but a massive pussy.
Right.
So you've got immediately there. You've got a strange combination
Yeah.
of needs and desires, right, Nick?
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good. Well, thank you for sharing that, and
Thank you for
Thank
these
you for
guys.
enjoy your action figures.
You can't have them back.
I don't want them back.
I might actually keep this with me as a lucky charm.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Simon.
Bless your heart.
Thanks, Nick.
I've probably been this.
Do with it as you will.